Please come forward and state your name.
Good morning. I'm Andy Caffrey, and I'm running to be our next congressional representative. You know, freedom of speech is very, very, very expensive. Theoretically, at least, we spent trillions of dollars on our military to defend our Constitution and those rights. And it's very, very easy to chip away at them. On March 9th, I even had to swear an oath to the Constitution for California and the U.S. as a candidate. This is not something I take lightly. Now, I haven't heard everybody's complaints, and I value people's concerns, and their unpleasant experiences are a concern of mine as well. But the problems that I've heard mostly are things that could be essentially paid for. Porta potties. I work with the homeless, and I think we should have a homeless shelter. I think we should have free showers for people. I also know, having worked with a lot of the people who have been staying at Occupy here, that they will respond and to be responsible people if they're not being attacked all the time. And even when they're being attacked, I think they're being mostly responsible people. So my suggestion to you is separate freedom of speech from these other issues, take care of these other issues, and I invite you psychologically to get on our side. Our side is rooting for freedom of speech, fighting for it with everything we've got. One of my opponents is a council person in Petaluma, and she has been working to support the Occupy movement down there, to make sure they have the facilities they need. But I think maybe it's just our history here. We don't get the money from you folks for a homeless shelter in Southern Humboldt, so I have to go on KMUD with some other people and do radio shows and try to raise it from our neighbors. And sometimes we're successful, and this year we aren't. So I think there's a broader issue here in terms of an attitude about providing services. We want everyone to be clean, but freedom of speech isn't always clean. Freedom of speech smells sometimes. Freedom of speech is missing some teeth. And because what a person is saying is great, that doesn't mean that that makes it okay. You can lie. That's freedom of speech. Freedom of speech can even murder, like George W. Bush did with the words he said. Millions of people are dead because of his freedom of speech. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Andy. And please come forward.